friends, welcome back to Jenny Food and My Kitchen. Today I am continuing the slow Saturday morning breakfast recipes that I brought you last week with our chocolate gravy and biscuits. This week I am adding to the playlist with a hash brown casserole. I'm talking, if Waffle House and Cracker Barrel had a casserole, this would be it. It is ooey gooey, cheesy, and delicious. Let's make this. Let's talk ingredients. I've got a 30-ounce bag of shredded hash browns, and those are just frozen, easy peasy. Now, you could always bake your own potatoes, cool them, and shred them yourself. You would just want almost 2 pounds of potatoes. Next, we're gonna go in with 2 cups of sour cream. To that sour cream, we are also gonna add a 1/4 cup of milk just to kind of thin that out a little bit, and a teaspoon of chicken bouillon just to give it like a little bit of an extra savory pop. And then we are going to add 3 cups of shredded cheese, a melted stick of butter, and 1 cup each of chopped pepper and onion. Now I am going to chop these and cook them down slightly just because the last time I made this, they were still pretty chunky in the hash browns, and so I want to make sure that they sort of get soft and disappear. All right, and then lastly, we've got salt, garlic powder, and pepper. So that is it for our ingredients. Now I'm going to get started. We are going to dice up a cup of red pepper and a cup of onion. So I'm just going to go ahead and dice these very fine and fill that cup. And like I said, I'm going to cook these down slightly. Now, it doesn't bother me to have just a little bit of pop of the pepper or the onion, but I know my husband prefers where everything is the same kind of softness and texture. So I will go ahead and kind of just get them started cooking. I made this recipe recently for my church. I just did not add the chicken bouillon or the milk or the peppers, but this is something we really like peppers at home, so I'm going to go ahead and add the peppers. But even just that basic, which I will write that down, and I will write how to kind of make it basic at home, but it got rave reviews at the church breakfast. All right, there's 1 cup of diced pepper. Now that looked to be, that's about 3/4 of kind of a large red pepper. And we will go in with some onion. I don't know if everyone else's onions are this big, but every time I go to the grocery store, I mean, some of them are like this big, like, wow. We can get lots of meals out of that onion. All right, let's just cut us up 1 cup. Start with that and see where we're at. Need just a little bit more. I don't know that we're going to use even all of this half of an onion. All right, maybe just 2 more chops. And that looks like a cup of onions. So we'll go in with that. Now I am just going to go ahead and quickly kind of get these soft on the stove, and then we'll be right back. All right, I am just going to add a little bit of olive oil to this. Not much, but just enough to make it soft in the pan, and we will go ahead and fry these up. Our peppers and onions are slightly cooked off. They're just cooling on the back. We are going to start with our sour cream mixture. Now, I am just adding this whole container of sour cream to a big mixing bowl. And then to that, I have a 1/4 cup of milk that I'm just going to add in as well. And then we are going to go in with a teaspoon of bouillon. This is just going to give us like an extra little bit of savory flavor I mean, some people add like a can of cream of chicken soup. I want it to be not quite as soupy. All right, our bouillon is in. We've got our bouillon, our milk, and our sour cream. And I'm just gonna go ahead and mix that all together and make sure that that bouillon gets all the way incorporated into our sour cream and milk. So just kind of spin that around with a whisk. You'll notice that it slightly changes the color of the sour cream. I don't know if you can see that. It's just kind of a slight yellow. All right. And then we're just going to add the rest of our ingredients right into that. All right, I'm going in with our 30 ounces of hash browns. All right. All in. And then I'm going to add our cooked down. Now these aren't like totally cooked, but they're nice and soft. So they will continue to cook in the casserole, and at the end they will be just kind of fall into the background. It'll be mostly a flavor, hopefully not too much texture. And then we are going to add 2 cups of that cheese. So there is half a cup. There is another half a cup. 1.5. And 2 cups of cheese. Now we're gonna reserve that extra cup of cheese for the top. So now all we have to do is melt our butter. I'm just gonna melt that in the pan that we cooked the onions and peppers in real quick. And while that's melting, I'll go ahead and I will add our seasonings. Now, I'm just looking for a teaspoon. Of course, I'm going to use my hand. A teaspoon of garlic powder. A teaspoon of salt. We'll go all the way around. Now, you might need a little extra salt on the table. Potatoes need a lot of salt, and so sometimes you just got to put extra on top. That's just the way it is. And I don't have any loose pepper today, so I'm just going to give plenty of the cracked black pepper. All right, that looks about right. And then once our butter is melted, we're just going to whiz this up and put it in a casserole dish, get it in the oven. While our butter is melting, I will just put a little bit of olive oil in our pan, just so that it isn't hard to get the casserole out, and then it makes it easier to clean at the end, right? Nobody likes to fight a pan. All right, that looks good. Our butter is melted, so I am just going to drizzle that all over our mix in the bowl. I got a large spoon, and I'm just going to go ahead and thoroughly mix that all together. It's going to be good, yo. All right. Now, you could also add, if you wanted to, you could add some crumbled bacon. You could add some crumbled sausage. You could go in with green onions that are not cooked. I mean, you could add kind of whatever else you like or think that you would like in this casserole. All right. That is just completely mixed together. We are going to go ahead and put this in our casserole dish. And we're going to make sure we get all that sour cream. Mix. And then just kind of press it to the corners. Lastly, we are just going to take that other extra 1 cup of cheese. Now, I have a blend of Kobe Jack and Swiss Gruyere. It just happened to be what was in my cheese drawer. So you can add any kind of cheese that you like to the top of this and inside of it. All right. And just like that, our hash brown casserole has come together. I'm going to go ahead and put this in my preheated oven. at 375 for 45 minutes. Now, that could take up to an hour. It just depends on kind of the size of the dish. This, I'm thinking like 45, 50 minutes. If the dish is a little shorter and the casserole is a little taller, it'll take more like an hour. So we'll keep an eye on it. See you in 45 minutes. Our Waffle House Cracker Barrel baby hash browns are out of the oven. Oh, and they look and smell terrific. I am just going to take a little portion of this so I can taste that for you. Oh, and then I will get on with making some fried ham and eggs, and we will have a glorious breakfast. All right, I'm going to taste. It's hot, it's still steamy. Man, that is so good. Those onions and peppers did just exactly what I wanted them to. They're really soft and they're providing the flavor but not a crunchy texture. I wanted them soft with the potatoes, and that's exactly what kind of cooking them ahead of time did. So this is delicious. I'm gonna go ahead and make those eggs and ham, and we are gonna have a glorious breakfast. Thank you so much, friends, for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.